Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back to another episode in the JDA series. In today's episode, we'll be just having a more of a look into the math command we built previously. But this time, we're going to have a look at implementing an option to have an answer ability. So if you run a math command, you'll have the ability to get your answer and to use the answer. So first of all, you want to head over to the math command you created previously, and in here you want to do private static final map, and in here you're gonna have the long, which will be the user ID. So long, and you're gonna have then the double, which is going to be the value. So you're gonna say last result, and you're gonna have it as a new hash map. So now we just want to do head over to below, and then you're gonna go back to here, and you're gonna change this to string, and then here you're gonna have the first, and then your first number or ans, and then you're gonna have the same here or ans. And now because we've changed it to strings, now we need to check if it's a string, if it's a number. So you need to do here, and you do private double get number, and in here we're gonna have option mapping. So this will be used to get it as a string, and then gonna do / command interaction event, and in here we're going to do, if the option and mapping is equals null, we're going to do the following. Going to say send reply, and in here we're going to do say invalid output, and then we're going to return null. So later on in the next episode so once we've implemented our ability to send embeds, or I've shown you how to use embeds and we've improved our reply system, then we're going to change this and have it where we have something called reply utilities, and reply utilities are able to send informals and stuff, and to check if it's already replied or not, if already replied or not, because if you've already replied then it can cause an error. So we will do that in the next episode. And in here we're going to do string, and you're going to say number string, and here you're going to say get option as a string. So get option as string, which we're going to do here, private string get option as string, and then we're going to do the following here. We'll say option mapping in here, and then we're just going to do check if it's null. If it's not null, then we're just going to get as a string. And then once we've done that, now in here we're going to do if number, one second, just made an error here, number string. If a number dot string is equivalent to dot equals, and you can ignore any case here dot ans, then we're going to do the following. So double, and I'm going to say ans value, and then see in here we're going to do last result dot get, and then get the user ID, and in here if the ans value is null, we're going to say no previous result found for ans, and then we're going to return null, but else we'll just return the ans value, and then else we're going to say we're going to try. Else we're going to say here try pause the double, else if it's not valid then we'll just say invalid number. And now we want to implement the private void send reply. In here we're going to do if the event is not if the event hasn't been acknowledged, then we're going to send our reply as an informal, and we know what that is from previous episodes, so that's fine. And now we want to head over and just change the main logic. So in here we're going to have the following. So you're going to see function, and in here we're going to have our string and option mapping, string being the name of the option, and say option getter, option getter, and in here we're going to say and in here we're just going to do the following. So event.get option, and then now if we just change this here to the operation, so we're just going to say get option as string. In here this is going to be get number, and this is going to be first, and then the same thing here. That's fine. And now if it's null, we don't need to send anything, we just return that. And then now for our result, everything here should be fine, so there's no need to change. But the only thing we need to change now is gonna call here clear result and put new result, and in here we're going to do in here result event dot get user dot get ID as long and the result. And then that method here we're just going to create below, so private void clear and put new result. So that's fine. So we're just going to do here last result dot remove. The reason we're going to move the last result is because we don't want to have so many results being stored that the map becomes too large and can slow down the program, and we don't need to really necessarily store those older results because there's no way of calling them. And then now we want to create the ability to clear our answers. So if the user just wants to just have it where ANS is empty, and so they can so it can be 0, and so they can update it again. So in here we're just going to have the following. So we're going to have as usual as suppress warning unused, and it's going to implement I/command. And in here we're just going to implement the following. There's no need for options here, so we're going to do if math command dot last result contains the key event dot get user. Let's get event dot get user event contains event dot get interaction dot get user got ID get ID as long / command interaction event. And then we're going to do the following. We're going to remove this and say clear last result, but if it's not there, then we're going to say it's not available. So that's fine. So that's correct. Everything then should, and then we want to just change the name to clear ans, and in here we're going to do clears the last result. So if we run this, if we just run the bot, then everything should work as intended. So I'll meet you back once the bot has run. Alright, so there's no need to call event.getInteraction here, so we'll just say event.getUser. For some reason it wasn't working prior, but now I'll meet you once the bot has run. Alright, so you can see that bot has loaded now. If you check the terminal, it should say that the bot has loaded. Now if you could head over back here and then go to our bot, so mine just call example. Let's do an operation, say addition 5 plus 5, and in here returns we just subtraction, never mind, sorry. So in here we're going to do addition, and then you're going to do 5 plus 5, and then if we do ans we should get 15, and then you just do this again 20. Then if you do 20 times 5, you should 25, you should get your answer here, so over 100. And now if we want to clear our answer, so we can see that it's cleared the last result. So now if we do an operation like subtraction, let's say 20 102 ants, it should say that no previous results found for ants. So that's pretty much it. We can see everything is working, and that's pretty much it for this episode. In the next episode, inshallah, we'll be looking at how to implement embeds and a better way of replying with our whole system and a much more efficient way. So that's pretty much the plan for next week. So that's it for this episode. Hope you had a great time. Peace out. Assalamu alaikum.